Let's turn it up Tuesday for us, but I think it's also turn the page Tuesday for the Ravens and everyone else here. We got all the complaining out. We got all the venting out yesterday. And now my focus, and really everyone's focus, should shift to the Pittsburgh Steelers this Sunday because both teams are 6-6. You could say, yeah, sure, the Ravens should have that one game advantage going into this, a chance to really deliver the kill shot on Sunday. But here you are. You started the season 1-5, like Harbaugh said. To be at this point, you're thankful. It's kind of the baseline minimum, but here you are. So I'm kind of in a little more of a positive mindset today. I don't know about you, but I'm looking around this AFC landscape today, and I know the Patriots won their 10th straight last night. But I'm kind of feeling like, all right, Ravens 6-6. I don't feel great about them. I'm not going to lie to you. None of my concerns from yesterday or that game from last Thursday, none of them have disappeared. They're still there. But I also look at the rest of the AFC, and I don't feel really confident in any of those teams either. And I'll get your thoughts here in a second, but just go down the standings. All right, the Pats are on top. Playoff time, Drake Maye, that'll be his first taste. Mm-hmm. So we'll see. Denver, all right, Bo Nix started one game last year for them in the playoffs, but relatively unproven, also an incomplete team. Jacksonville, don't get me started. We were calling them frauds just a few weeks ago. Are you scared of the Chargers, Colts, really anybody from the AFC South? I give the Bills credit. And the Chiefs, if they end up making it in. But other than that,
Houston might be a scary team.
Defense, yeah, but you could say they're kind of like the Broncos. Good defense, but maybe incomplete offensively.
Yeah. Quarterback's playing better. He played pretty good last week. They got Nico Collins. But, if they're playing at home, I think they're a scarier team. Now, back to Harbs. He said the players came in on Friday. Pretty typical. Game was Thursday. Friday, come in, get the film out of the way, send them on their way, give them the weekend off, get your mind right, Steeler week kind of thing. Same with the coaches, evaluate the film, move on. We got to get ready for Pittsburgh, and we got to figure out, what we can do offensively and how. The biggest thing we got to figure out is how do we get Lamar back on track? That's the biggest thing. Because if Lamar plays great, probably going to win, And the reason they're sitting 6-6, is a couple of things. But Lamar's not playing like he has the last couple of years. And the O-line hasn't been playing well, and that's probably part of it. And that's why, the run game hadn't been part of it. Because coming into the year, who would have – we would have – if you'd have said after 12 games the offense is ranked 20th,
Well, if just 20s in general, I would have said no way. No chance.
Right. After coming off 2 number ones and, the way they could run the ball and stuff. No, so I'm sure they're frustrated. If you're a coach, you're trying to figure it out. Munkin's probably going like, and Harbs is asking him, what's wrong? And I'm sure, Nolan, that they're saying, our O-line is killing us, and, Lamar's, inaccurate. Lamar, it's just one thing after another. And it's just last year they were a consistent offensive football team. This year, as consistent as they were last year, they're that inconsistent this year in everything they're doing, trying to block, trying to run, the whole thing. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if they came in, like huge heads or what, because you look at the tight end group, they're a disappointing group. The O-line's a disappointing group. So, yeah.
And that's the thing. Look, you want to compare it to other years in the Lamar Jackson era. This isn't 1923. It's certainly not last year. And when it's all said and done, they might not even be as good as the 2020 team. But if they're going to be in the playoffs, you're there. It's a shot. It's a roll of the dice. And again, I look at this landscape. I feel okay with the Ravens' chances. Obviously, I'm assuming that Lamar's going to figure it out to some extent. But even in their recent wins over the Browns and the Jets, they were winning ugly. Yeah. And I'm starting to wonder if that's what it's going to take. Now, that puts a heavier emphasis on the defense. And maybe I start to examine them a little bit closer where, all right, first half against Cincinnati, I saw everything I would have wanted and then some out of this defense. Second half, a little more shaky, but overall, I think favorable performance. Need a little more pass rush. I think I'd feel truly comfortable in this team being able to win ugly or win defensively if they had a pass rush. But right now, again, I'm not going to lie to you. It's not a good outlook for the Ravens, but I don't think it's a good outlook for anybody.
Well, when you look at it, Nolan, all right, to me it's a race to 9. 9 wins probably wins a division. So that means the Bengals got to win out.
I mean, I'm not even taking them
No,
serious.
well, I'm just saying. Well, and they go to Buffalo this week. But when you look at the Ravens schedule, I mean, if I was looking at it when they were on kind of their winning streak or whatever, all right, we got Pittsburgh at home, should win that one. And then you go to the Bengals, who knows?
Right.
Who knows? And then you got Patriots at home. I mean, they're more of a complete team. I mean, you don't know anymore. And then you go to Green Bay, that's probably – so you got to go 3-2 down the stretch. And there's no – I mean, right now, the way it is, there's no gimmies.
Right. I think you start with those Steelers games.
Right.
And I know it might be – look, watching Ravens Steelers my entire life, it is a big ask in any year to say sweep the Steelers. The Steelers could be 0-16, the Ravens could be undefeated. Say sweep the Steelers. I'm still going to be nervous going into that game. But that if we're going to just narrow it down to where they're at right now, forget the Patriots, especially forget the Packers.
Win the 3 division games.
Right. And Packers being an NFC team, that one will probably be weighted the least out of all these. Because right now, Ravens and Steelers tied at 6-6. The tiebreaker is common opponents for them there. And then, I mean, that goes beyond conference opponent and everything. So we'll see what happens there. But questions for the audience here today. I already see a loaded phone line. That's great. We're going to get to you in this next coming segment. But are you okay with winning ugly? Are you okay? I mean,
with where the Ravens are right now, hell, I mean, give me a 7-6.
I think compared to the Lamar Jackson era, though, it has been an adjustment and an uncomfortable one for a lot of fans. That, because we've seen the heights this offense can reach, and we know how good this team can be when they're really clicking and when they're really rolling, that what you're watching this year, all right, they beat the Jets, they beat the Browns, but those are teams that coming into the year, we thought that they'd be winning those games by at least 14, 17, or even dominating, blowing them out. So we've shifted our focus here. Is the fan base okay with winning ugly? If it leads to a playoff run, even if they don't look good, are you okay with a hypothetical Super Bowl run, even if you look like crap along the way? Are you scared of anybody in the AFC in particular? I'll give you the Bills, I'll give you the Chiefs, but they're on the outside looking in right now. So a lot to get to today on The Fan.